I would recommend GG, 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 GG. GG Lecoultre, GG Lecoultre.
Gégère le Coultre, c'est une grande manufacture nichée au creux de la vallée de Joux, dans le Jura suisse.
Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. I've got a pretty sweet, I think perfect, two-piece combo meal deal, as Archie would say, that covers all the bases. So if you haven't gone down the rabbit hole of owning 25 watches and have tough choices to make, this could be something interesting for you, and in any case it's fun to discuss this. So I reckon with this you have a bit of everything you'd want in a perfect collection, ultra compact in this case. Horological interest, history and romance, complications, usability, legibility, a mix of modern and vintage, some collectibility and value retention, and best of all, they're available. So let's start with that. You know, the Tudor Black Bay GMT is getting finally available in the shops, and you can find it at a discount, pre-loved on the used market. And this long discontinued Zenith El Primero Chrono Master full calendar can still be found at prices around where the Tudor retails, around the 4,000. I paid 3,000 for mine full set. This is the chronometer version, so there will be some of them without the chronometer mention, and that won't have a serial number on the rotor. That's how you can tell the difference. You can find them in different colors, so if two black dials is too much for you, you can find them probably with a lighter type of shade, although I really like the black one. So let's start from the beginning, the horological interest that you get from these watches, and some history and even romance, because you have the moon phase, everyone's favorite. So what's great here is that you have a high beat chronograph, automatic, El Primero, the first one, 1969. So you have a serious piece of conversation here in your mini collection, and you have a display case back to prove it, something really fun to look at. You have 3, 4, maybe 5 even complications here. Obviously you have dates, but you have the full calendar, a very legible calendar because it's shown with apertures. You have the moon phase, you have the high beat chronograph, you have the GMT, another date. And you could almost consider that the Tudor having 200 meters of water resistance is a complication in itself, being a very usable diver. So great legibility on this watch and on this one. Great usability. Use this on the weekend to travel, to go to the beach. The Zenith is made of steel, so it's also, while dressier at 38 millimeters, it's also very usable. You can wear that on the weekend, especially if you pair it on, like I did, on a cordovan strap with a bit of fun colors. The limits are endless. You have also a great mix of modern and vintage. Obviously, the Tudor always plays with the vintage references, the GMT, and yeah, the romance of voyage, of why it was created for travelers and for pilots. The Zenith presentation here with those steps on the bezel and also on the sapphire that carry on to the lugs. It really has that Patek Grand Complication kind of look, very, very classic. So it could almost be mistaken for a vintage watch. All the while, both watches are modern built and very resistant. Now, collectibility. When Zenith was making these watches, they were also providing the El Primero caliber to Rolex in far greater numbers. So there's not that many of the Zenith around, even less in this configuration with the calendar and on a black background. So if you pay around $3,000–4,000, you're pretty sure that your money is going to be fairly safe. It might even appreciate more than the Tudor, as you know, Tudor will probably introduce more models in the coming years. I'm not sure they'll be able to do a smaller version. Some people are a bit on the fence with the Tudor GMT because it's 41 millimeters, fairly bulky, but it has a very short wingspan, so it wears true to size at 48 millimeters lug to lug. It's a bigger watch, but it's a nice combo. You want something smaller for the office under the cuff that you can still wear fine on the weekend, and then something sportier and more rough and ready that you can still wear in the office. And I think the Tudor will still keep its value. It's always in demand. It was a star of Baselworld 2018. As I said, it's more available, but I don't think the prices will ever drop too much. You're not going to lose a lot. And greatest thing of all, it doesn't cost a fortune. So both watches around 4,000, maybe 3,500. You have a nice spread of your money, a good balance in terms of quality and in terms of risk. So if you were to lose one or get one stolen, you still have the same value in the other watch. So let me know what you think about this little combo. Would you sell everything you have and go for this, or maybe if you were ready to step up your game around $5,000? Is this something you'd be interested in? Let me know in the comments if you have other suggestions that can cover so many bases. I think when we look at our collections, we tend to look at all the complications, the colors, the usability, the shapes, and a few other things. I think these two strike a magical combination of all those things. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.